So, good morning, everyone. So here's the deal. I went to go see Batman versus Superman yesterday. I was really excited about it. I know that the critics are always the ones that are, going up their own ass and trying to be all pompous and just kind of stupid about the whole idea with the movies and all that good stuff. And they like things that are just very linear, and they're not very forgiving when it comes to sometimes taking a specific route and direction when it comes to comic book movies. So I went, and it was fucking awful. I mean, it was just a really terrible movie. I am not one to ever just want to leave the theater, but I can say with full honesty, around like the hour and a half mark, I was done. I was done with the movie. I thought it was boring. It was so incoherent. It was so... none of it made sense. None of it made sense. It didn't connect the way it was supposed to. Their fighting was just, it came out of nowhere. Batman was in the middle of doing a specific thing, and then Superman just kind of shows up, and they already hate each other. They don't explain at any point where Batman kind of found his weakness. It's all of a sudden, I mean, spoiler alert for a lot of you people who haven't seen it. So if you haven't seen it, just cut the video here. But he's got these bombs that he throws at Superman that have like gas kryptonite and makes him weak, and that's how he's able to fight him. It's ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. The monster is ridiculous. The story behind it is ridiculous. Lex Luthor is stupid and one-dimensional, and man, was I expecting so much from that movie. I was so excited, and it just did not live up to any of my expectations whatsoever. I really do like Zack Snyder. I was one of the very few people out of the group of friends that I had that really thoroughly enjoyed Watchmen, and no one else did, and I don't know why, because it was so greatly put together and it followed the comic book completely. It seems as if this movie was half wanting to fulfill Frank Miller's story and half trying to cram in like as much shit as you can into the movie to kind of set up for the Justice League. The problem is it was so terrible that I have absolutely no desire to go watch the Justice League at all. It's such a poorly set up film, and I think that's the one thing that Warner Brothers really messed up on, that Marvel did great in, and that's that each person had individual movies that they all had to fulfill before the Avengers came out. And with this one, it felt as if they went the cheap route and they tried to cram everything into one movie because they didn't want to pay the money to make the Aquaman movie, the Flash movie, the Batman movie, and all of that good stuff. They didn't want to do any of that. And so it just doesn't make any sense to me why they made that decision. It was piss poor, to say the least. It was piss poor. I liked Ben Affleck as Batman, but there wasn't enough of him doing his thing to even really justify saying he did a great job, because it was just, I don't know, man. Make a long story short, I would not watch it again. I would not recommend it to anyone. And I'm not joking when I say that. I would not recommend that movie to anyone. Even if I hated the person, I think that would be too much of a punishment to let that person watch that movie. I love Zack Snyder. I loved Man of Steel. I respect Ben Affleck. He's been a great actor in a lot of movies that I like. I hated that fucking movie. So that's just my review real quick about it. I hope you guys don't hate me for saying it. If you guys feel differently, let me know. Let me know what you liked, what you hated. I did read the comic book. I read it way before the movie ever came out. Batman is my favorite by far. Super shit movie. Would not ever watch it again. Really left a bad taste in my mouth. I think I'm gonna stick to Marvel because it seems as if DC doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. There you go. That's my review. You guys have a good one.